CNN now says almost 3.5 million people have fled the war in Ukraine, and an untold number of children without families have been left behind, unable to evacuate. One U.S. lawmaker is urging the Biden administration to do something to help. And joining us now, Congresswoman Deborah Ross, a Democrat from North Carolina, who is leading this effort. Representative Ross, so nice to have you on Early Start this morning. You are calling on the Biden administration to make it easier for adopted Ukrainian children to come to the U.S. You have specifics that you have laid out in this letter. So what's slowing down the process?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me and calling attention to this very important issue. There are a couple things slowing down the process. When you adopt a foreign child, there's a lot of paperwork to do. And because some of the paperwork hasn't been finished, it's difficult to expedite these adoptions. And we're asking for them to be expedited. The other thing is prospective parents can't travel to Ukraine right now. And so we're asking for their final interviews to happen in the U.S. at the Ukrainian embassy. And we're asking for changes to our immigration system to make it easier for these adoptions to go through. It will help hundreds of children.
So it seems like some pretty concrete asks there. Have you heard anything from the Biden administration in response? Do you have a sense of the realistic prospect of getting those things done?
We have not heard back, but we just sent our letter last week, and we're hopeful because the president is going to be in Europe this week that he and the State Department will focus on refugee issues, including the orphan issue.
You're clearly so passionate about this issue. And, CNN has done so much reporting on the surrogacy issues and so many children who are sort of in this limbo zone now. Do you have a sense of just how many children we're talking about? Maybe orphan isn't just the right word, but certainly without parents right now.
Well, I do not know those exact numbers, but it's definitely in the thousands. For the orphans who have some kind of adoption process going on, we're talking about 300 or 400. But clearly, there are orphan refugee children who haven't even started any kind of process because they're simply adrift. And it is up to the international community to provide them refuge, to provide them a future. And the United States has got to be at the front of the line to help.
For viewers at home who are wondering maybe how they can help with this effort, who also care a great deal about what happens to these children, are there resources on the ground that are working on this right now?
There are NGOs like UNICEF that are helping. There are Ukrainian refugee organizations that are helping. But the most important thing that they can do right now is have their member of Congress contact the State Department and ask for this expedited paperwork, these ways of being able to get these kids to safety quicker. And we're being joined by folks on the Senate side and more people on the House side, really urging the Biden administration to make this a priority and help these children.
All right, Congresswoman Deborah Ross, thank you for your work on this and highlighting this issue. Really important.
Thank you so much.